Hi, this is Fred, FR5ED, the 5 is silent, here with another beer review. What? This just in? Okay, I'll read this. You know, by the way, we never buy beer, do we? We only rent it, if you know what I mean. Okay, the one we're about to review now is Class 5 IPA. This is from Thomas Creek out of Greenville, South Carolina. And let me just read you a couple things about it. It is 5.5% ABV, and it's 84 IBUs. Now here are two different commercial descriptions, and I'll abbreviate these. These are both from the brewery. It's a rich, fully hopped India Pale Ale, brewed for the true hophead. Sounds like me. Light copper in color. They mention the malts that are used, and the hops, Cascade, Centennial, and Fuggles. Okay, well the first two are American hops, and then Fuggles, of course, is an English hop. Here's another description, pretty much the same, and then it says the hop varietals range from Magnum and Cascade to dry hopping with Willamette and Centennial. So we're seeing some of the same, but some different hops mentioned in both the descriptions. So my assumption is those are all used, which means it's a good, nice hop bill. All right, that's it. It's supposedly a light copper. And on Beer Advocate, it rates a 79 out of 72 reviews. On Rate Beer, it rates a 74 out of 177 reviews. Let's crack it open and get cracking. Here we go. Wow, it's a light copper, according to them. Let's see what we think. Wow, it really is a copper. Get some light going into that. It is darker than some of the other ones I've seen recently, so it's definitely not light golden, and it's not light honey. It's a coppery, brownish coppery color. And again, I haven't been real enthusiastic with my pours, so the heads have not been that great. That's a very small head, and it's not dense. But anyway, let's give it a smell. Ooh. It's interesting. Besides the pine, I do get some pine, and besides the mild citrus, I almost got a little cinnamon in there, a little spicy cinnamon. Can get the malts, a little bit of the, you know, the I don't know if they're kilned, a little bit of, you know, mild bready malt in there, but it's interesting. I got that little bit of cinnamon there. It's unusual. Okay, and I'm not being bowled over by the hop aroma like I am with some. So let's give it a taste. Ready? Oh, that's a blend. It seems pretty balanced too. The hop bitterness is there, but the malts have enough presence to give you a nice even blend. And as far as the hop tastes go, I'm getting that West Coast, little bit of citrus, a little bit of melon presence, but not jumping out in the forefront like a lot of the West Coast IPAs do. The Fuggles, I think, is really reining that in and keeping it more balanced, just as far as the hops are concerned. I can taste those Fuggles hops. Really, it's interesting. There's a local brewery I've mentioned before, Orlando Brewing, and again, I find their beers lately, as my palate has evolved or changed. I'm not going to say it's gotten better. I'm not trying to say anything negative about them, but I did hear from someone, however true this is, that their beers are all brewed with the same yeast. Which, if that's true, it would surprise me. It would explain why their beers seem rather homogeneous, which is my term. You know, that they have a stark similarity. They have one beer there. It's an English pale ale called Old Pelican, and I think that's the one that they use Fuggles hops in. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a different one, but I think that's it. And of all their beers, it's probably one of the better ones, that I would choose to have when I'm there. Anyway, my point is the Fuggles hops, which are obviously an English hops, which is not going to have the alpha, content that the American hops do, I think is helping to kind of balance this out in the hop realm. There's plenty going on there. That's complex. I do like this. This is, I like it because there's plenty of West Coast, good old American IPA character to it. I like it because there's some malt coming out, that it's not totally overwhelmed by the hops. I like that. Give it some balance. And I like the fact that the Fuggles hops are present there. So it's complex in that sense, and I like it on a scale of 5 stars. Let me see what I'd give it. Solid 3.5. Solid 3.5, definitely. I would buy it again, and it's interesting. And I like what their little byline is: "Sink the status quo." Always after that. This is Fred, FR5ED, over and out.